This is from Bleacher Report. It's one trade idea for every team before the deadline. Cavs receive Robin Lopez, and they give the Magic Kevin Pangos, Ed Davis, 2026 second-round pick. Important to note, Pangos is a guy that the Cavs reportedly will likely waive if they can't find a trade taker. This is kind of the package, Pangos, Davis, second-round pick, that the Cavs and Kobe Altman are kind of seeing what they can get out there. I'm not sure Robin Lopez is what they would most like to get for that. I don't see Robin Lopez as a good fit, but I could see a package with those three assets getting a lower level guy. You know, not a Karis LeVert, not a great guy, but a backup point guard or somebody that fills a role they're looking to fill.
I think you hit the nail on the head right there. They need to find a backup point guard. No disrespect to Rajon Rondo, but he is in his mid-30s, has 15, 16 years worth of mileage on his body at this point. I think you need to look at maybe not a younger option per se, maybe a guy in his mid to late 20s who can just be a little bit more reliable, somebody you can play in longer stints of minutes, especially if Darius Garland's back becomes a long-term issue for this team because he is the engine that kind of makes this team operate. And when he's not out there, if you don't have a point guard who can play reliable minutes, it gets ugly fast for Cleveland. But I don't hate the trade necessarily if Cleveland is able to say or have a clear idea of what the buyout market's going to be like. Because as soon as the trade deadline's over, there's going to be probably quite a few players that get bought out. I think Goran Dragic, if he isn't traded by Toronto, he'll be bought out. Like you noted, Kevin Pangos is a bit of a trade asset. It's been reported that if he's either waived by Cleveland or the team that acquires him will waive him, he plans on signing with a team in Moscow, Russia, and just returning overseas because his NBA stint just didn't work out. I don't think he has the juice to be an NBA caliber player. Ed Davis, like you said, is also another trade asset. I think you can add Dylan Windler in there maybe to sweeten the pot a little bit just because he's a younger wing who maybe just needs a fresh start somewhere else other than Cleveland because he's just not finding minutes in this rotation with the Cavs. I think finding a backup point guard, maybe another wing would be ideal. Because if you look at the buyout market, I've heard kind of some rumblings that the Pacers are going to fully embrace their younger players, and they're really only focused on keeping Tyrese Halliburton from Sacramento. It's been reported that they're willing and able to flip Buddy Hield, and I think they're going to probably buy out Tristan Thompson's contract. And in the event that happens, I don't think you trade for Robin Lopez. You just sign Tristan Thompson with one of the exception money you have or the little bit of money you have so you're not bumping up against the luxury tax threshold so much because you have a guy who wants to be here, has a history here, has a good relationship with a lot of players in the locker room, and was a pretty positive impact veteran during his time with the Cavs.